This potion factory has two modes, single brew and fully automatic, and it currently brews a batch in about 20 seconds. We're running in fully automatic mode, but that's running at 96 RPM right now, so you can easily reduce the batch time by running it at just a little bit faster. Now, using the machine is pretty simple. Here you have this lever where you can set the machine to be automatic. This means that when you press the brew button, if the lever is on, the process will continue repeating over and over until you switch off the lever. Otherwise, pressing the button would just start a single brew process. But before you start brewing, you have to put in a few required ingredients. Now, all of my potion knowledge comes from this chart, which was shared with me by Rocket14 a long time ago. So for the sake of this video, I'm using netherwart as the base ingredient because, as you can see in the chart, netherwart is the base ingredient for the vast majority of potions in the game. The only potions you don't get through the netherwart path are these four on the side, and then these two down here. And the factory, of course, can only brew level 1 potions at this point, but I will hopefully build more versions of it in the future that can handle some more recipes. So we'll place some netherwart here, and then we'll place the second ingredient, and I'm choosing sugar in this case so we can make us some potion of swiftness. But you can make any potion you like in this case, and you can even mix different types if you need them. And up here we need to put some glass bottles, and I highly recommend you keep this chest stocked as much as possible because running out of glass bottles is going to cause the basins to overflow, and you'd likely end up having to empty them out using a bottle if you start brewing without enough bottles in the chest. And finally, we have these two barrels for fuel, and you do have to put some in each of them so both deployers can fire up the blaze burners. And I'm generally using coal for fuel as I'm not sure what using blaze cakes would do. Can you actually let me know in the comments if you know the answer to that? Once everything is loaded up, we can press the brew button over here and then go over there and wait patiently by the chest for a few minutes. And now we can see that 4 bottles of the potion of swiftness have arrived in the bottom chest. And here's the whole thing without the crazy coding. Water gets pumped into this tank from an infinite water supply over here. And when we press this button, we send a redstone pulse over to both of these torches over here, releasing 1 piece of netherwart from the first hopper and 1 piece of the second ingredient from the second hopper, each into the corresponding basin. And this setup with the pulse repeater and the normal repeater with 1 tick ensures that we release only 1 item each time. And when the netherwart is released into the first basin, this comparator behind it produces a signal which unlocks this NOT gate, which in turn allows this deployer below to fire up the first blaze burner, and this starts the first mixing process to create awkward potion. Once the awkward potion is brewed, it will pass through this smart valve that has a filter set up on it and into this second basin where the main ingredient is waiting for it, sugar in this case. The comparator behind this basin also produces a signal the same way we saw in the first one, and that allows the deployer below to fire up the blaze burner and start the mixing process. Now once the potion is mixed, the comparator will stop producing a signal which locks the deployer, but will also send a signal through this target block into this second target block, powering up this gear shift to finally unlock the valve and allow the final potion to pass through this pipe and into the final nozzle, which will pump everything into glass bottles and deposit them into this little storage silo. This was basically the setup that finally got me through all the filtering issues with potion making in Create Mod, but I will likely explore this concept a bit further and try to make better potion factories in the near future. I've included both versions of the schematics in the description, so feel free to try them out. And for now, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.